Hello, everyone, and welcome to Italy's Winter Summit 2020. First of all, hope everyone is doing well and is safe in these difficult times. And secondly, thanks for joining us. We're very excited to show you the results of our work this fall and hear a lot of startup pitches and interesting insights in food sustainability, but also our activity in Italy overall. To begin with, we're very privileged to get a message from Sina Miri, who is managing our operations at Plug and Play in the whole of the EMEA region. Of course, Italy has a special place in his heart, especially because he studied the food vertical at Plug and Play in Silicon Valley. And as you know, Italy is the second country where we launched our food program. Now we also have it in Brazil and in different parts of Asia, but Italy was the second one after California. So handing it to Sina for his initial message.
Thank you, Andrea, for giving me the opportunity to welcome everyone to the Winter Summit. We're so excited about what we're doing here today, and I hope you enjoy the show as much as we've enjoyed preparing it. In Italy, we are growing. We are excited to announce the Motor Valley Accelerator Program, and we're able to do that because of the innovation the government is trying to put on. And I hope that people here can also take part in this growth. We're not just growing in Italy, but we're seeing that corporations all over Europe are trying to change their strategy to include innovation. This for us has been a huge opportunity, and we're blessed to be able to be part of it. And being part of it is something that gives us purpose. And we're helping entrepreneurs, and luckily we get to help corporations as well. And this opportunity is massive. And during these hard times, to see this progress in innovation is something that is quite special to us. Thank you so much, Andrea, for giving me this time, and I hand you back the mic.
Thanks, Sina, for your message. And now we can kick off the Italy Winter Summit, starting with the food vertical and then moving on to sustainability. But first of all, let's recap what Plug and Play is and what we do. I know that most of you are already quite familiar with this, but just to let our new guests joining today's know. It all started in the late 1990s when our founder, Said Amiri, hosted Google, PayPal, Logitech in this building that today we call the Lucky Building for obvious reasons in downtown Palo Alto at the center of Silicon Valley. Since then, we put together our business model between 2006, when we started as a small VC, and 2012, when we opened the first open innovation vertical in brand and retail, connecting startups and corporates and help them grow and innovate together. This formula proved quite effective. We can say that as a business, it boomed, growing first in the US, then in some key markets abroad, such as France, Germany, China, Japan, Singapore in 2016, and then actually reaching most major economies by 2020. And so we became the world's largest open innovation platform and one of the most active early stage investors. Of course, Italy is very important to us. We landed here in April 2019, here in Milan. And we're happy to say that it's been one of the fastest growing operations for Plug and Play of any new country that we opened recently. And so we wanted to draw some lesson on what went well and actually what is also to be improved. So number one, we decided to focus from day one on pilots, on making sure that our programs deliver real results. And so we took inspiration from some of our best programs in France and Germany, where they have very high rates of pilot and conversion from pilot to industrialization. And so that was our key focus here in Italy from the start. And you'll see some numbers shortly. Second, we realized how important it is to do matchmaking on a global scale. So leveraging our assets for sourcing has proved very important. Third, like any platform, we need critical mass. You need quite a few corporates to attract startups, and you need a lot of startups to attract the corporates. And this happens on a global level, but it also happens within single markets. And in the case of Italy, it's proven to be a challenge because there is no dominant industry where you can aggregate so many players. So we adopted a strategy that we also followed in other places like Japan or Brazil to create multiple verticals and open one after the other to quickly achieve critical mass. And the fourth point is that we haven't invested that much in Italian startups. Actually, we did 2 investments since we started, but none of them were properly Italian startups. But we want to change this from next year. So we have a bit of an announcement to let you know how we're going to achieve that. And the point here is about investing in sectors where Italy can have an advantage compared to international competitors. But starting from our KPIs and a number of pilots. So you can see on the left-hand side, the start of the funnel on the hundreds of startups we introduced to our corporates through dozens of events. And this is not just food, but also sustainability, fintech, and other single events in insurtech, proptech. We even had one on COVID-19 in April. But from this, we want to deliver pilots. So in each batch, we have about 10, 15 startups. This one for food was 14. And we're happy to say that 2/3 of them already worked on a specific pilot with one of our corporate partners. So, of course, congrats to the startups, but also great work to Esselunga, Lavazza, and Tetrapak. So our 3 corporate partners that have been with us since the start and have already made a lot of progress, not just on how they find the right startups, but also on how they bring these projects forward internally. So becoming leaner organizations and also better at working with startups. The second point is, of course, about working on an international scale, finding the best solution in any industry, leveraging our assets. So the physical layer of offices and people that we have as Plug and Play, our digital platform, especially Playbook, where we have more than 35,000 startups registered, and we also see their interaction with corporate partners around the world. And on top of this, our innovation platform activities. So more than 1,500 startups accelerated last year, over 60 programs worldwide, with more than 400 corporate partners. And on top, we also invested in more than 200 startups. In total, in our portfolio, we have about 1,000 at the moment. You can see that this happens all over the world, as we were saying. I know it's a bit of a confusing map with all the numbers, but it's here to say that we have about 30 offices, and most of them are focused on a specific vertical. And then we have some important cities where we run most of them. So Silicon Valley, Paris, Munich, Singapore, Beijing, Tokyo. And we're happy to say that the Milan office, even though it's one of the newest ones, it already has three verticals, and we're about to start a new one. More on that shortly. But yeah, you can see our global span as Plug and Play, and also the growth of some key programs like the sustainability ones that you can see on the map. But going to Italy, and the third point, the one about achieving critical mass. So we started with food, and so thanks again to Esselunga, Lavazza, and Tetrapak, as well as UniCredit, for believing in us since the start. Esselunga, as you know, is one of the leading retailers in Italy, but because of its performance, actually one of the most innovative and most profitable worldwide. Lavazza is the most important coffee company in Italy, and Tetrapak is the most important player in food packaging worldwide. So 3 very important partners that have been innovating and working a lot with startups, not just in this semester, but throughout our adventure here in the Italian market. And then, of course, we also started fintech at the beginning of this year, and then sustainability. And this is going to be the 4th vertical of Plug and Play Italy, not in Milan, but this time in Modena, at the Motor Valley Accelerator, which is particularly interesting because it's going to be with key institutional partners like CDP, Fondazione di Modena, UniCredit, and also we're going to be working with CRIT, a critical partner, one of the best operators in Italy for technology scouting, especially of patents in the automotive and industrial space. So we're going to tell you more about that later, and we're also going to have our partners join at the end of the food part. But here I really like to emphasize, going to our 4th point, how we're going to have a dedicated track to invest in Italian-based startups. And this is very important for us because, as we said, we want to invest more, and we also want to do it in verticals where Italy can actually bring a lot to the table. Mobility is going through a lot of changes and disruptions, but it's a vertical where the digital transformation has arrived a bit later than others, because of course it's more hardware based, more traditional in some senses, industrial, but it's somewhere where Italy has a lot of history, strong engineering talent and track record, and in the Motor Valley, very important brands, especially at the luxury end of the market. So we are sure that very important technologies and founding teams can come out of this in Italy that can lead internationally, and we want to invest in them. So stay tuned to hear more about this. But back to the food vertical, as I said, we had 14 startups in our batch this semester. So congrats to them for completing the track, and also to our corporate partners. Cannot wait to hear more from you on your solutions. Just to sum up in what areas they fell under. So since the start, we had a strong focus on packaging, and it's good to see that despite COVID and another big challenge on the minds of everyone this year, sustainability remains very important, and of course packaging is a key part of this. We're doing quite a bit of it globally with a program dedicated to end plastic waste that started in 3 countries, France, Singapore, and Silicon Valley. Next year is going to be extended to Brazil, South Africa, and China. So strong commitment by Plug and Play to this area, but also in Italy we've been doing quite a lot on it since April 2019, and happy that our partners continue to invest in this area. Then of course supply chain and analytics and retail, 2 areas that have been quite impacted by COVID. So the need for more resilient supply chain and the growth of e-commerce. So another 2 areas they've been working on since the start of the Italian food program. And so it's good to see that our partners were already working on it, and now even more to face the difficulties, but also opportunities of a more digitized and remote work environment. Finally, but last but not least, actually, it's very important. We've seen a growth of interest in product innovation. Hot trends have been in this area in the US, but also Northern Europe and Israel for some years. In Italy, a bit less, because probably in terms of food habits, we're more conservative. But in terms of alternative proteins, alternative ingredients, functional ingredients, there's a lot of innovation. It's very important, in our opinion, for Italy to be innovative in these areas and lead, not just in traditional high-quality product of made in Italy, but also in the products of the future. So we're happy that our partners started working on that area as well. In terms of geographical background, as usual, you can see some startups from Italy, Europe at large, but of course the United States and Israel always produce very interesting technologies and innovations. So that's to give you an overall background to what we're going to be talking in this session today. After it, though, I want to remind you that we're going to connect to Remo. So it's going to be the chance to ask startups some questions, meet one-on-one, and we understand it's not going to be the same as enjoying an aperitivo together, but it is what it is this year. And in our experience, actually, Remo works great for more personal connections rather than listening to pitches. So we strongly encourage all of you to connect to Remo afterwards. So I'm done with my remarks. Thanks for listening, and hope you're going to enjoy this afternoon. But first of all, we're very honored today to have Sara Roversi as keynote speaker for the Food Expo. So Sara has been a friend of Plug and Play even before we landed in Italy, but has supported us since the start of our adventure in this key market. And she's a thought leader in the future of food, not just in Italy, but worldwide. So we're very curious to hear what she has to say today for us. So let me hand it over to Sara.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Hi, everyone. And again, thank you so much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm Sara Roversi. I'm the founder of the Future Food Ecosystem. And since 7 years, when we started, my big question has been, how might we redesign the relationship between people, food, and environment? And the cultural framework we're facing now, where the digital revolution is transforming our way of interacting with the environment, with how we produce food, with the topic of access to food, because we need to make it safe and available everywhere in the world. The topic of nourishment and how might we consider food really as a medicine, lifestyle that has been completely changing because it's changing the role of food in our kitchens, in our daily life, and the topic of awareness. How might we take decisions nowadays? Because, of course, the new intelligence and the new knowledge generated by data can become really a good driver for our consumer choices. So when we started 7 years ago, we had in mind not to start a company, not to start a startup, but to build an ecosystem, to support the global food industries and the food innovation ecosystem to grow and evolve and face the big challenges we are faced. And so we decided to start from the knowledge perspective, and we're running educational programs with different UN agencies, most of all with the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. We run boot camps, master's programs, school programs, research initiatives. But then we suddenly understood that was crucial and very important to create space for people to come together, to brainstorm, to co-create. And so we created our living labs in Italy, in Japan, in US, and pretty soon also in Singapore. Unfortunately, now we cannot spend so much time together, and we're missing so much to have access to our labs, to talk with the startups and our broader community. And so we had to turn all our activities into a digital activity, like we're meeting today. And we started running global marathon all around the world, trying to connect innovations hub, kitchens, farms, people that are really changing the entire food industries everywhere in the world. And last but not least, our innovation team is working now more than ever before to support industries everywhere in the globe to face the transformation that is needed. Upcycling waste, innovating the way they produce, they transform, and they distribute and make the food accessible. So let's start to talk about now what we're facing, what we have been facing in the previous month, and how the future is look like, and say which are the opportunities we can catch. Of course, we all are living in the same ordeal, and we all know that the COVID crisis has been affecting so much the psychology of consumers, the way we are facing the future with a lot of fear. And if we have to think about feeding the planet, we also have to think that we are going to feed a planet that is going to be poorer and that is going to have many more challenges to face. And so we need to keep those things on mind when we are facing innovation. And nowadays, we are in a market that has been completely disrupted from the food service side, but also from the distribution and production side. We have been seeing everywhere in the world the disruption of food chains. Economic and food supply chain disruption endanger the global food security. And this is the most important thing that we have to keep on mind nowadays. And if I'm going back to March, I just want to spend a few minutes to remind you what we have been all living and say how we have been dealing with the challenges we have been facing. This COVID pandemic has been probably one of those very unique situation in which, say, we were able to see the invisible. This COVID pandemic has been able to make the invisible visible to everyone. And everyone reacted pretty much in the same way. Everyone was looking for the essentials, for the essential needs as humans. And everywhere we have been seeing the same effect. Then everywhere has been reacting in the second step, trying to see and understand better what we were eating. And this situation opened up a huge range of opportunity for startup, for the innovation ecosystem, because there were tons of technologies already available that were able in a short time to make food more trustful, more clear, and create this kind of trust that was very much needed. And of course, we have been seeing a huge reshape of the entire landscape and foodscape in cities, so much. And technologies has been growing very fast. The last step of our pyramid, let's say, has been the topic of reflecting about where we are sourcing our food. And so we started thinking about the topic of food diplomacy, the importance of food, how food is the epicenter of our life as human. And so starting thinking about from where our food come from, thinking about how might we source our food if we are in a lockdown. We have been seeing tons of startups that have been pretty successful, and also people that were pretty skeptical were able to see that technologies like vertical farming in big urbanized centers were able to source fresh, healthy food, also in food deserts. Many trends has been highlighting the strong need of reconnection with the earth, reconnection with nature, reconnection with food, and how we value food. And we've been running tons of research in these months, and the research were showing also not only bad numbers, but also interesting insights, sharing the deep sense of reconnection, the respect about food. You can just see how much we have been wasting and how much we have been reducing the percentage of the food wasted at home. This is a very, very positive signal, as well as the percentage of people starting cooking and spending time in the kitchen and sharing recipes. I think that those are some of the positive seeds that we can collect to rebuild something that in the last years has been disrupted. That is the relationship between people, humans, and food, the respect about the food we're eating. And this sense of reconnection is something that we have been seeing happening also in the global food service industry, where, of course, we all have seen the restaurants close, canteens, school canteens closed, millions of people unemployed in the sector. And we, of course, understand that is a sector that needs to be reshaped. But within the food service sector, I think that two signals needs to be taken in consideration. The first one is the topic of ownership versus accessibility. And the second one is the deep sense of community. That is taking us to change the concept of food service as just considering food as a commodity into food care. That means that through food and through your food choices, you can really take care about the environment, about your community, and about the health of the ones you are feeding. This COVID pandemic have been strongly affecting the different shapes of the city landscape, but also have been strongly affecting our behaviors. And there are many things and many signals that have been emerging. The very high sense of risk in moving, in traveling, the solo dining trend that is growing, the supply chain optimization that is a very positive aspect, the remote reskilling that is happening in every sector, all the different kind of very specialized delivery solutions that has been accelerating the connection between farmers and urbanized centers. And then all the new technologies that can be used as a human-free solution to interact without touch or with a low touch. The COVID-19 crisis left consumers with the fear of food shortage, and this is, of course, a new reason for consumers to go back to frozen food and new meal solution. Snacking, quick meals were already gaining ground, but now been booming even more. But something that was pretty positive is seeing that tons of startups working with meal kit solution and sustainable solution and healthy solution, facing all the different requirements for the highest level of personalization, has been growing so much. The 58% of the consumers want new products, and we see that because now more than ever before is a time in which many innovations are coming to life, upcycling food waste, creating new foods, new source of proteins. And so from the innovation perspective, it's a really positive time in history. And then there is also an interesting aspect that affects more the cultural side of food. There is this huge need of nostalgic foods, a comeback in food traditions, and we all know which are all the different values that food has. Food is life, is energy, is tradition, rituals, is history, is culture. And so it's very positive, these signals of needs of nostalgic food. Food plays a crucial role within the society. And the future we are facing, of course, force us to think about food as a way to better the world we're living. And how we can do it, of course, innovating in the sector, but also acting in a positive way as consumers. The big question I've been hearing every single day in the last years is how much we're going to feed 10 billion people by 2050. And if I'm thinking about this question, I'm also thinking about how our cities are going to be completely reshaped by 2050. Because if we consider the different kind of population we're going to see from now and the next years ahead, we can clearly see that there's going to be cities that are going to be full of old people and others that are going to be full of super young people. And this requires a different kind of approach and thinking about what's going to be the role of food in the cities of the future. For which kind of consumers we have to design solution. For which kind of players we have to design new services. So now I think we are facing a 2021 that can give us the opportunity to bring the food voice at the global level, at the highest level. We need to design a global food agenda. And this is for sure something that is not just on the shoulders of policymakers, but the broader community, the innovation community, the industries must come together and help to reshape the food chain. This is something that is so much needed. And the next year, the United Nations announced that it's going to be the year of food, announcing the UN Food System Summit. The UN Food System Summit has been announced by the Secretary General of the United Nations and is going to take place also in Italy because the pre-summit is going to take place in Italy. And 2021 is going to be a year full of opportunities to join the global conversation, join forces, and overall trying to influence the big policy leaders to come together with the global food agenda. Food is connected with every single SDG. And this is something that we need to keep clearly on mind when we are innovating, when we are creating new products, new solutions, helping the industry to drive the transition that now is needed. Because when people says that we don't have time, it's true. 10 years are nothing, and we need to change very, very fast if we want to achieve the goals. Those are the three keywords that I want to leave with you: values, partnership, and purpose. Those three keywords are the ones that I'm using as a key ingredients when we're starting new projects. And I think that we need to keep them with us in this specific time that we're facing. And now I leave you just with a message, reminding you that every time we gather around the table, I think we have a huge opportunity, because while we are together, and now those moments are pretty unique, we can, by sharing food, celebrate our past, keeping our culture and traditions alive. We are, of course, engaging and celebrating the here and now with the people sharing the experience with us. But every food choices is connecting us with our future. We are preparing ourselves for our future. Thank you so much, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Sarah. That was very insightful. Thanks again for being here with us today and for sharing so much of your work and experience. So to the audience, welcome again to our Winter Summit. For those who don't know me or who are chiming in for the first time at one of our summits, I am Flavia, and I work on the ventures team here at Plug and Play Italy. So the startups that you will be seeing today, as for the food and beverage side, are 40 startups that have worked with our corporates throughout the last 3 months. These startups have been segmented based on different areas in which they work. These areas are considered as new materials and packaging, supply chain and manufacturing, retail and analytics, and product innovation. So this will be the order in which you will see these startups pitch their ventures. At the end of each pitch, a pop-up will appear on your screen asking you if you want to be put in touch with a company. That will allow us to then put you in touch once the event is over. So moving on now to the pitches. So the first companies that are going to be pitching are companies that have developed solutions within the area called new materials and packaging. And without any further ado, I'd like to invite on stage Henry from Bocatech. So Henry, please take the stage.
Hi, everybody. My name is Henry. I'm the CEO of Bocatech. Thank you for the opportunity to pitch our venture here at the Plug and Play Italy Winter Summit. Bocatech is a green tech R&D company, and our expertise is packaging innovation. Our vision is to create a technology platform that underpin a new generation of sustainable packaging solutions for brands, converters, but also retail. This vision could not be more relevant for the packaging industry in the current market context. With new packaging legislation coming into play, such as the Single-Use Plastic Directive and the extended producer responsibilities impacting how packaging solutions are conceived, used, recycled, but also taxed. Now, the recent announcement from McDonald's and Burger King to start trials using reusable cups confirms the start of a big transition to come. Offering packaging solutions that meet the requirements to contain less plastic, to be reusable, and that are recyclable is technically difficult and also costly. Just to illustrate this, reusable packaging, for example, usually contains more material to make them robust, hence have a higher price. Now, technical complexity and cost are key challenges that prevent the scale-up of sustainable packaging solutions today. At Bocatech, we have a unique technology to address these issues. Our manufacturing technology named EcoCore enables the creation of reusable, recyclable, lightweight, and also low-cost packaging. The unique selling points of EcoCore is that it's the only lightweighting technology providing enhanced robustness. What that means is that EcoCore enables to reduce the amount of plastic being used without making the packaging more flimsy or weak, and we do this by foaming the plastic as currently illustrated on this slide. The technology is patent protected. It's easy to use and can be scaled using the existing installed base of injection molding machines. And it's proven we've scaled it to mass production already. Now, let me share 2 business cases to illustrate how EcoCore meet the goals of our client while complying with legislation. Reusable cups for one application using our technology. Well, let me tell you something. With EcoCore, we are able to manufacture the lightest weight, lowest cost, insulated, reusable, and fully recyclable cup on the market today. Now, if that isn't exciting enough, check out our life cycle analysis for these cups on our website. Now, for the industry overall, EcoCore has substantially reduced the cost barrier of reusables, making them more accessible for businesses to roll out. In the second use case, it's a single-use application. Bookatech has been requested to migrate an existing non-recyclable container to a recyclable alternative at a similar cost. The current container isn't considered as recyclable because the consumer has to separate the paper wrapping around it from the plastic container. With EcoCore, we are delivering an enhanced container, fully insulated, 100% recyclable at cost parity. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for partners to retail our reusable cups today. We're looking for partners to design exciting new packaging solutions using our EcoCore technology. Finally, we're also currently discussing funding. So if any of these subjects are of interest to you, get in touch. Please send me an email or connect with us at bookatech.com. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great show.
All right, and that was Henry from Bookatech. All right, so we'll be moving on now to Melodea. Melodea is going to be presented by Galia. Galia, please take the stage.
Hi, everyone. My name is Galia Greenbaum, and I'm a business development manager at Melodea. The global waste problem, and in particular the plastic waste problem, is one of the biggest environmental challenges our world is facing today. And as we can see from regulation and publications of leading companies, awareness keeps increasing to the fact that we must act to find solutions as soon as possible. The over $1 trillion packaging industry is looking for sustainable packaging solutions. The challenge is that many packaging products require barrier properties against oxygen, oils, aromas, and water vapor in order to protect the packed product. The problem is that such barrier properties are achieved by materials that are harmful to the environment, such as plastics and aluminum foil. The solution for a sustainable and circular packaging industry is moving from oil-based materials to bio-based materials. The only natural and sustainable alternative to oil-based product that is both economically affordable and available in high amounts is the industrial forest, used to produce both paper packaging and raw materials. We use pulp from the industrial forest in order to produce the bio-based raw material called cellulose nanocrystals, and in short, CNC, which is emerging as one of the most promising green solutions today. As a natural building block of all plants on Earth, a very strong, lightweight, and transparent material, it's excellent for various bio-based applications. At Melodea, we operate in 2 main activities. One is the production of the CNC itself through a patent-protected, unique production process. Then we utilize the CNC for the development of CNC-based solutions. Our main focus is barrier coatings for packaging, but we also have other next-generation applications listed here that are more in R&D stages. The target markets for our barrier coating is first the high barrier films for flexible packaging, where our barrier coating is applied on different substrates, including plastics, paper, paperboard, bioplastics, in order to create sustainable packages. Second is the liquid packaging carton packs, where our barrier coating is used to replace the layer of aluminum foil in order to reduce the carbon footprint and allow recyclability, which is currently impossible. Our product offers a sustainable alternative. It's compostable, biodegradable, recyclable. It has high-performance barrier properties in high humidity conditions for oxygen, oil and grease, and water vapor, and can be integrated into existing coating lines and applied on different substrates. We recently won a few prestigious awards for our barrier coating technology. And what we ask for a more sustainable world, is first partnerships with companies across the packaging industry value chains that are looking for sustainable barrier coatings, such as food and consumer goods companies, packaging and paper manufacturers, converters, or chemical companies. For our next generation applications, we look for strategic partnerships such as joint development agreements. And we are currently still raising funds in a total amount of around $5.5 million. Thank you for listening, and I'll be happy to connect and answer any questions you may have.
All right, so thank you very much, Galia, for presenting Melodea. We will now be moving on to Stenko. Stenko is going to be presented by John. John, please take the stage.
Hello, my name is John Brown. I'm the founder and CEO of Stenko. First, I'd like to thank you all for the opportunity to have been a part of this year's Plug and Play program. It's been a pleasure to have interacted with many of you over the past few months. It is truly an honor. So, we have a problem. The raw tonnage of plastic being created is hard to even imagine. Put into perspective, 300 million tons would be the mass of 6 million semi-truckloads every year. Sadly, a significant amount of it makes its way into our environment and oceans. Single-use plastics are more than half of that number. We depend on them to keep our food fresh, our supply chains efficient, and it's so convenient. We're all just kicking the can to our ancestors, and as it will be a problem still in 10,000 years. But what can we do about it? There are many biodegradable options on the market, but most of them are unsuitable to the task at hand. Against that backdrop, Stenko went to work. We use nature and good old-fashioned polymer chemistry to create a platform technology we call the Stencoat system. This barrier coating can be applied to paper or other substrates as a packaging barrier to form a stout chemical oxygen barrier that may be customized to a variety of applications. We designed it to be stable, safe, and based on nature's own chemistry. Easily applied and inexpensive, it degrades in the same way as cellulose, naturally. At Stenko, we believe that data speaks louder than words. Our OTR values are beyond many established barrier films that are in everyday use already. As scientists, and using our novel approach, we found a lot of green space around our ideas. As entrepreneurs, we patented it. At the heart of it, and more to the point, we are a technology provider and expect to license our IP. Let us put our experience in chemistry to work for you. We have experience and know-how to customize this product to meet your KPIs. Give us your problem, we will work with you to find a solution. Markets are huge. Everyone listening has likely used hundreds of single-use plastic items that can be candidates for our product. We've prototyped some of these already and are looking to expand that list very soon with the right partners. For a coffee pod application, we developed a formulation with some of the more aggressive targets imaginable. We're truly excited about the potential that this is showing. There are options out there right now to take petroleum-based plastics that are suffocating our planet. The time is right to take big steps for the sake of our children. Compare us, please. You will not be disappointed. For those of you that we have talked to and we continue to speak with, thank you. For those of you with sustainability goals, we look forward to engaging with you. We are proud to be where we are and have parlayed a modest amount of investment into what you see here today. Our next steps are even bigger. If you're interested in participating in Stenko's future, we'd love to talk with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, John, for presenting Stenko. So we'll be moving now on to the next startup presenting today, which is Y-Cycle. And Y-Cycle is going to be presented by Lior. So Lior, please, when you're ready, take the stage.
We are Y-Cycle, and we make eco-friendly food packaging. Plastic revolutionized the way that we live. The problem is that we just can't get rid of it. Humanity generates about 350 million tons of plastic annually. Only 9% of that plastic actually reaches recycling facilities. Furthermore, when we look into the details, we realize that less than 3% of the entire plastic is actually being recycled. The rest is either being burned or goes to waste. Even when we recycle plastic, we don't really solve the problem. We're actually pushing the problem to the next generation. 20 years down the line, our kids will need to deal with the same plastic that we've recycled and find a solution for that. But how can we create food packaging without plastic? The solution should be eco-friendly, cost-efficient, and it should retain the same product attributes. Initially, we've decided to focus on making a liquid-proof and rigid at various temperatures product. This is how we came up with SuperPulp. SuperPulp is patented, it's liquid-proof, and it's compostable, ideal for food packaging. SuperPulp has FDA and EU direct food contact approval. It's 100% compostable, it's non-coated, free of plastic, aluminum, and other non-compostable barriers. It's completely liquid-proof, and it can hold food without deforming at temperatures varying from -40 to 270 degrees Celsius. SuperPulp is cost-efficient and therefore could hit the mark on the price tag. When you compare SuperPulp to other packaging materials, you find it superior to them in all categories. WCycle currently focuses on 4 main vertical use cases. Manufacturers, when we're talking about frozen foods, ready meals, fresh produce. Institutional, for school meals, hospital, catering, and homeland security catering projects. Transportation, for airline, trains, and ships. And of course, for takeaway and home delivery. So, what's next for us on our journey? The next generation SuperPulp is a flexible, compostable, high-barrier food packaging. We're working on it, and it's going to happen soon. Join us on a journey to replace plastic. We're WCycle.
All right, thank you very much, Lior. That was Lior from WCycle. Thanks for presenting, and now we will be moving on to the next section of today's pitching event. So the next section is dedicated to startups developing solutions in the supply chain and manufacturing space. The first company that's going to be presenting is Alvim, and Alvim is going to be presented by Giovanni. So Giovanni, please take the stage.
Hello everybody, I'm Giovanni Pavanello, the co-founder and managing director of Alvim. We deal with technologies for biofilm monitoring expressly for the optimization of cleaning and sanitation treatments. Our company was born in 2012 from the collaboration between Italian National Research Council and 2 private companies, and our technology is based on more than 40 years of scientific research. Our sensors are currently used worldwide in about 30 countries. But what is biofilm? You know that most industries, when they have to deal with bacteria, they just pay attention to the amount of microorganisms in the liquid. But these are less than 10% of the total. Indeed, even few free-floating bacteria can settle on surfaces in contact with liquid, giving rise to the so-called biofilm layer. And this layer includes more than 90% of the total bacterial contamination. So it's easy to see that sampling and analyzing water gives only a very limited view of the total problem. Moreover, when biofilms mature, parts of it can detach, cross-contaminating the process downstream. This is a problem that affects any kind of industry using liquids, and Alvim already works in all the industries mentioned here worldwide. Because you know, biofilm causes a lot of different issues ranging from corrosion to energy loss to increased resistance to antimicrobial treatments. Indeed, very important for food and beverage, if you treat an early phase biofilm, you can completely eradicate it. But if you treat a mature one, your cleaning place, your sanitation will eliminate only the external layer, while underlying bacteria will stay alive, including pathogens. So it's easy to see that it's of utmost importance to know when biofilm is growing. And here we come. Alvim biofilm sensors can detect biofilm from its very early onset. When you install an Alvim sensor, initially you get flat signal. Then, when biofilm grows, you get a fast increase. So it's very easy to understand what is taking place. At this link, you can also have a full look at the video. What are the advantages offered by our technology? You get timely detection of biofilm growth online and in real time. The system is easy to install and easy to operate, and the lifetime of the sensors is very long without any need of calibration. Here we have an application case from a real soft drink production plant. So initially you can see that there was no button, flat signal. Then button grew, fast increase in the signal. Then after clean in place treatment, button was fully removed and this was checked in real time. The return on investment is very fast. If you prevent a contamination in a food and beverage plant, you can repay your investment even in less than 1 week. Then there are the advantages given by the optimization of cleaning treatments and by the increase in efficiency. We work with many different industries in the food and beverage with large companies like Danone, but also with some of the largest water bottlers in Italy and in other countries. So thank you for your attention and see you soon.
Thank you very much, Giovanni. So we'll now be moving on to the next startup presenting today, which is iPic, and iPic will be presented by Mehdi. So Mehdi, please, when you're ready, take the stage.
Hi, I'm Mehdi, co-founder of iPic, and we automate manual tasks for the food industry. Our mission is to provide the best-in-class robotic solution at an affordable price, easy to use by end customers with no line of code. To achieve our mission, we make sure the solution is ready for production, easy to integrate by our customers, and we provide full support after deployment. Today, conventional robots build cars and spaceships at an amazing speed, but they are unable to put a tomato in a box. So why aren't robots capable of preparing our food? Because they are blind and only offer repetition while food requires vision. Therefore, conventional robots are not usable to automate operations requiring vision, dexterity, and adaptability. Manual labor is the only option for these operations. As a consequence, there is a high demand for workforce across many labor-intensive industries. But labor is scarce, especially in unskilled jobs paid at minimum wage and far from cities. Our first customer had high turnover, important costs of training, and was always worried about food contamination by his staff. We make automation possible, easy to use, and economically viable. First, we give sight to robots. With our software, any robot can see, understand its environment, and replicate manual tasks autonomously. All we need for that is a 10 seconds video to replicate tasks like pick and place, bin picking, or assembly. Second, the robots can be used through an intuitive user interface with no technical skill required from the users. And last, we provide a proactive support and monitoring after deployment to solve issues remotely and ensure high uptime. Our product is tailor-made for the food industry. All the hardware we use is clean and cleanable and without risk of contamination. Moreover, robots have dozens of sensors and provide extremely useful insights like capacity production, visual inspection, weight measurements on the fly, etc. And finally, they are predictable, safe to work with, and reliable. We aim to provide this solution at low capex, so robots can be leased and used with a subscription model. We take care of the project's management until deployment, and our solution is plug and play, which means we do not require technical skills from your end. We understand that this technology is new, so we work with proof of concepts to reduce operational and financial risks, and all the robots that we deployed were first validated by our customers. We are a team of specialists in smart robotics and industrial automation, working with the help of leading researchers and industrial ecosystems to make automation possible, easy to use, and economically viable. Talk to us to know how we can help you automate your processes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mehdi. So that was Mehdi from iPic. And now moving on to the next startup presenting today, which is Tulip, we will welcome on stage Florian. Florian, when you're ready, please take the stage.
Hello, everyone. This is Florian from Tulip. Today, I want to show you a little bit more about what we are doing with Tulip and how we can help you with your day-to-day challenges. You probably know that better than I do. Every shop floor is different and comes with unique challenges. Our answer to those challenges are apps. Small apps perfectly tailored to what you want to solve, only providing the functionality you need when you need it, and giving the operator ideal guidance through his day-to-day process. The question is now, how do we know what kind of apps you need? And the answer is, we do what you know. So what we did is we made something so easy that everybody can do it, and this is developing applications. So Tulip has built a no-code IoT native application platform, which helps you, or actually enables you, creating your own apps for your own challenges with all the knowledge you have about your process, so that you can give your operators the ideal support for his day-to-day challenges. Those apps are able to be connected to any kind of equipment, any kind of IoT device, or any kind of system of record, for example, an ERP system, to pull and push data from there. And it's only providing the operator what he needs when he needs it. And Tulip is completely cloud-based, which means you don't need to install anything. You can access it via the web browser. So all you need in your facility is basically an internet connection to run Tulip. Tulip apps can have many different data sources or can replace many different things. First of all, of course, they can replace your existing paper process. They can replace your existing legacy software, and they can augment or extend your systems of record like ERP or MES systems. But you can also connect smart tools, scales, torque drivers, or machines, for example, via OPC UA, or you can talk with databases via SQL. And all that in a no-code fashion. So you can really configure all this with a graphical user interface with no coding experience. And Tulip introduced basically a continuous improvement cycle and also a culture of continuous improvement on the shop floor, because you will involve your operators in creating the apps for them, and they will be part of that process. So the change management exercise is collecting their input to what functions they need in their applications, giving them perfect visibility into what data of him will be captured, which is involving him in the process and also motivating him, basically helping you with this process of digitizing his day-to-day work. And all data which is collected by apps from Tulip can be evaluated and analyzed with our analytics tool, which is part of the platform. So you can create bars, charts, overview, and can, for example, also correlate data points with each other. And this basically opens the opportunity to build many small apps for many different challenges with many different functionalities. So it's basically up to you what kind of apps you build. Some examples, what our customers did with Tulip is, for example, Taza Chocolate. They basically digitized their old machines. So it's really old analog chocolate machines. So we put some smart sensors on them to digitize the process, to get KPI and OE data in real time from those devices so that they get perfect visibility into their production. And the other example here would be DMG Mori. They basically created many different apps in a short time frame in agile app building workshops to get the most out of the knowledge of the operators about their daily challenges and digitize their working process. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great day and looking forward to talk to you.
All right, great job, Florian. Thank you so much for presenting Tulip today. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the last startup within the space. Again, we're talking about the supply chain and manufacturing space. And this time around, we're talking about volatile AI, which is going to be presented by Adoma. So Adoma, please take the stage.
Hi everyone, I'm Adomas, the co-founder and CEO of Volatile AI. Today, monitoring food flavors is subjective and sporadic. The only two options are specifically trained human tasters or high-end lab equipment. This difficulty in flavor quality monitoring applies pretty much across all the food verticals during the production as well as transportation and retailing of food. What we have created is a portable device combining gas sensors and AI, which is trained to detect undesirable odors, but without the chunky lab equipment. To date, we've been focusing on the brewing industry, which loses over $10 billion a year due to delayed production while waiting for flavor test lab results. We have run off-site and on-site pilots with breweries and are now negotiating a paid deployment at a top 3 US brewing conglomerate, as well as a global coffee brand. Our business model is annual subscription pricing with a separate initial engagement for device training. Me and Lucas, our CTO, started Volatile to bring the latest advances in AI to electronic noses. I have built machine learning solutions for large corporates and advised them on strategic issues in the past, while Lucas has spent the last 10 years building cutting-edge AI. Most importantly, the 2 years research into digital smell Lucas has conducted has led to a novel insect-inspired algorithm for which he has received an award. Our technical team also includes 2 world-class advisors who have been building products and companies in the field of electronic noses since the 80s. We're now looking for pilots where currently monitoring odor and flavor quality is creating challenges. We're also looking for investment. So please come to our remote table to discuss in more detail and to see a preview of the product. We're Volatile AI, and thank you all.
And thank you very much, Adama. To the audience again, that was Adama from Volatile AI. So we'll now be taking a 10-minute break, at the end of which we'll be back with the second section of our Food and Beverage Winter Summit, with more pitches, awards, and a big announcement. So see you soon.
Welcome back to everyone to this second part of the pitches. Thank you very much for connecting to the Plug and Play Winter Summit 2020. This is Gianluca Trentina, Content Community Manager here at Plug and Play Italy, and I'm glad to introduce you to the next area of the pitches, which is the retail analytics one. And the first startup I will be calling on stage is Airship, and will be presented by Samuel. Samuel, the floor is yours.
Hi everyone, my name is Sam. I'm really glad to be here with you to share with you how Airship can help you to engage better with your customer. So I'm currently located in Paris as a sales director for Southern Europe. And for those who don't know Airship, I will share with you some quick slides about Airship. So first of all, what you need to keep in mind is that Airship will help you to better communicate with your customer. So it's why with Airship, you will have access to several channels such as SMS, email, mobile wallet, web notification, and mobile push notification. Because then you will be able to connect with your customer everywhere on all the channels that they are currently using. Thanks to our orchestration model, the Airship journey, you will be able to coordinate these messages within all the channels to better engage with your customer. And thanks to the analytics and data, you will have a better understanding of the behavior of your customer within the mobile app, the website, and to use our predictive AI capabilities to engage with your customer at the right moment with the right message and with the right channel. So it's why we have today thousands of leading brands that are currently using Airship, such as VP, Sarenza. In Italy, we have Italo-Train, AB Energy, AC Milan. They are all using Airship. We have been recognized also by the latest Gartner report as a leader for the mobile marketing platform. So if we have a deeper look on the channel, as you can see here, we will help you to have flexibility and precision to acquire, retain, and grow your customer within the mobile app. We will help you to deliver some rich campaign with images, video, and GIF within your mobile app. And if I'm using your app, you will be able to deliver a message in real time regarding action that happen directly within the app. And to be able to reach 100% of your audience, we will use the message center. It's an email-like inbox which is right in your app, and the message will be available for a such longer period. Also, to be able to engage better with the customer, we have also SMS available, mobile wallet capabilities to deliver passes across any channel or device, to increase the loyalty of your customer and send some geolocated push notification. We have also email available and web notification. The global idea then is to use our orchestration layout to be able to coordinate the channel, to have some automation, personalization, and optimization to increase the loyalty of your customer, to increase their engagement, and to increase also the return on investment. So it's why the Airship journey will help you to create customer experiences across all the channel to drive your customer through key lifecycle milestone. So the idea then is to be able to coordinate your message within the platform, to have smart channel optimization, to send message regarding the preferences of your user or your customer, and then to use automation to guide your customers step by step through their experience with your brand. So there is a lot to say about Airship. So if you want to have more information also about our A/B testing capabilities regarding the website on the mobile app, I will be delighted to share with you more information on how Airship will help you to drive more revenue within your mobile app, your website, and your physical stores. Have a good day, and I'm looking forward to speak with you just after.
Thank you very much, Samuel, for the pitch. And the next startup that I'll be calling is Chameleon. Chameleon is presented by Mikkel. Mikkel, I leave the mic to you.
Ciao a tutti. Hello, everybody. Nice to virtually meet you. My name is Michael Sabatelli, and I work for Chameleon, a French company which also operates in Italy from Milan since 2016. What we are going to talk about now is conversion rate optimization on all your digital channels. Because think about it, users that come on our websites, they leave so much data, and rarely we use all that data to really increase our revenue. And I think it is a huge waste. That is where we come in, though. What does Chameleon do? Chameleon is an AI personalization platform that helps companies in improving the conversion rate on their website, mobile app, and other channels, mainly in 3 ways. First of all, merchants can enhance the user experience for the whole audience through easy A/B testing and optimize conversions that way. They can personalize the buyer's journey by segmenting the audience and creating and showing on digital channels content that is relevant for that segment. And finally, they can measure the buying propensity of each visitor and act on it in real time, everything through our platform. It is important to stress that Chameleon is the only solution currently on the market that allows merchants to do all of these things together. And I also want to stress that we are not a marketing automation tool. We actually build upon what marketing automation tools do. We have many customers who use Salesforce and other tools for marketing automation, but we can work with those tools and not against them. Now, many merchants work with us. And as you can see, we have many references in all kinds of industries, e-commerce, banks, and finance, automotive, media, and so on. Our customers see value in personalizing the experience without having to spend days and days developing new features. They just want to see the benefits. And speaking of benefits, as you can see, there are several KPIs that merchants can achieve thanks to creating A/B tests and personalizations with Chameleon, because our solution gives them so many tools and features to use where basically the only limit is imagination. What are these features that I'm talking about? First of all, Chameleon was born as an A/B testing solution. And as you can see from the video, we provide a full what you see is what you get editor, where you can basically change anything inside the page, optimize any elements, and of course, track the results, where you can tell exactly which version has brought you more conversions or KPI that you want to keep track of. It is important to say that this is a tool for marketers, but not only developers, of course. So you can use our platform without having to bother your IT department and without the need to code. The second and most important features is the personalization. We can use the potential of the what you see is what you get editor to show personalized content to our users, and we can use more than 40 segmentation criteria which are already present in our solution so that you can personalize, which means showing, for example, banners, pop-ins, widgets, and any other form of interaction with the user. And you don't have to do anything. Our JavaScript can keep track of these criteria out of the box and lets you use them freely. As you can see from the video here, just drag and drop the criteria inside and you have your segment. Last and final feature, a couple of years ago, we launched our AI personalization feature and we are having a huge success with it. And our AI is able to tell which users have the most probability of converting. Basically, what we do is give you a score of every user, and you can use this score in an actionable way inside the platform, which means that you could, for example, say, I want to create and show a discount banner to every user who has between 50 and 80% probability to convert. But I don't want to show it to those who have more than 80% probability to convert, because, of course, I don't want to give a discount to those users who are going to buy anyway, right? I want to give it to those who are undecided. And as you can see, an action like this is going to dramatically increase my margins. Here's a use case of our biggest customer who did this kind of action and got these results. But on our website, you can see so many different use cases. We have hundreds of use cases that you can see. Well, thank you very much. This was short, but if you want to know more, we can do a personalized demo on your website. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Mikkel. The pitch was great. So I'm glad to introduce you to the next space in the pitching session, which is the product innovation one. And the first startup that I will be calling is Init. And thank you, Matteo, for presenting it. The mic is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Matteo, and I lead business development at Init. Our company is based in San Francisco with European offices in Paris. And over the past 5 years, we have built a technology and content platform with the vision to personalize and simplify the consumer experience across the entire food journey of planning, shopping, preparing, and cooking. Our platform services are focused on two main areas. One is nutrition, the other is cooking. And our solutions can support omni-channel experiences, including web, mobile, and smart display integrations. We are a business-to-business service, and therefore the user experience is owned by our clients, with the option to implement a fully white label solution or a powered by Init solution. Over the past 18 months, we've been working very hard to expand our business in the grocery retail vertical, helping our partners to enhance their e-commerce experiences and to achieve some of their most important goals, from becoming a consumer destination beyond shopping to driving continuous engagement with consumers and ultimately building next generation loyalty. In the following slides, I'm going to show you a few examples of use cases that we have recently developed for our clients. And I'll start with guided cooking. When we talk about cooking assistance, Init guides consumers like a culinary GPS system. Our platform relies on a catalog with more than 10,000 modular video recipes, but can incorporate existing recipe content or third-party recipe content on demand. From there, we help our clients to drive ROI on their content investments through plug-and-play solutions for shoppable recipes. We might not be the only platform in this space, but what makes us unique is the fact that we combine personalized choice for the user while allowing retailers to promote the products and the brands that align with their goals, and work with food brands to develop new opportunities for advertisement and product promotion. Another powerful way to drive loyalty while having a direct impact on conversion and basket size is data-driven and personalized product recommendations. Our technology can capture multiple signals, including consumer preferences, purchase history, items popularity, and price, and we leverage AI to produce the best recommendations. Our goal is to develop user interactions that are low touch but high value, so we can really leverage user data to reduce friction when the user is shopping. When it comes to personalization, nutrition is a key aspect for us, and we go down to the UPC level. Our team has over 9 years of experience in the nutrition area, and at the core, there is a patented algorithm which we use as the foundation for our personalized nutrition tools. Our technology enables consumers to select products based on, for example, their diets, allergies, known conditions, food preferences, and even lifestyle. Last but not least, our meal planning solutions provide a perfect vehicle for continuous engagement. For us, meal planning is much more than just scheduling. It's rather a sophisticated logic of AI-generated recipe recommendations, daily meal plans, and reminders to help consumers plan their weekly routine, get inspiration, and make the best use of the groceries they have bought. Let me close by saying the integration with our platform is fairly simple. Web portals are the easiest option for a plug-and-play solution, while widgets and APIs are available for a seamless integration into existing templates. On the backend, we provide an admin console for recipe management, and we offer an engagement management system, EMS, that allows retailers to drive campaigns, add programs, and generate new revenue streams from CPG sponsorships. On behalf of the INIT team, I'd like to thank you for your attention, and I look forward to connecting with you all very soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Matteo, for the presentation. And the next one will be InnovaPro. And InnovaPro is presented by Guy. Guy, the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Guy, and I'm the Vice President for InnovaPro, and I'm here to present you with our company and our product. InnovaPro is a young company in operations since 2015 with our first product, the 70% chickpea protein. We have launched this product in Europe and in the US as our first market, and we are moving to other territories as well. We have a team of 13 multidisciplinary specialists, and we have a very strong traction in both of our key markets. Our product is unique because it has all the positives of all the other proteins without many of their shortcomings. It's a functional ingredient with a great taste, high nutritional value, safe as it's a non-allergen with a high PDCAS. Consumers today are looking exactly for such ingredients from the plant-based foods. They are looking for gluten-free products. They are looking for non-GMO products. They are simply looking to expand their intake of plant-based food. And this is really something that our ingredient enables consumers to enjoy. Not only that, but our product can also satisfy consumer needs for clean label products, meaning shorter and healthier ingredient list in their products. How does it do it? By adding a very small portion of our protein, 2 to 4%, you can take out a lot of artificial and unwanted ingredients due to its high functionality. If you look on the screen, you will see on the left-hand side a product, a well-known brand, a chocolate flavored dessert with over 20 ingredients. With our similar product with a better taste, with only 6 to 8 ingredients, and all of them are natural ingredients. So it's a clear win-win situation for our customers and consumers. Our customers are enjoying using our ingredient in various categories, from beverages, sweet spreads, dairy-free applications, bakery, and on and on. Our product has a very neutral taste, which is great when you are using it in delicate tasting applications. It's a clean label. Our process doesn't use any solvents whatsoever. It's highly nutritious with 70% protein, but also fibers and unsaturated fat, and it's highly functional. All of these properties deliver to our customers the best products on the market, such as Migros, one of the largest global retailers, launching yogurts, but also protein smoothies, beverages, sweet spreads, ice creams, and the list goes on and on. We have a global presence both in the US and in Europe with logistical hubs that can cater all of our customers with our ingredient. We have a very strong team that is looking to work with you and to supply you with our product, and we would love to be in touch with you. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very much, Guy, for presenting InnovaPro. Now it's the turn of Make It Fresco, and Make It Fresco is presented by Antonio. Antonio, please.
My grandfather used to say, only kings and farmers can eat well. And he was right. I was born and raised in southern Italy, where the food is amazing fresh. When I moved to Milano for my studies, I realized that fresh food is a luxury. And millennials like me know that more than 50% of us plan to change our eating habits towards an healthy diet, but we are struggling to find the time. So we go out of home, where the demand of fresh juice grow up more than 20%, but unfortunately, only 1 cafe of 3 can prepare it. But the good news is that Make It Fresco is a solution for us. I'm Antonio, CEO and founder of Make It Fresco. We invented the first solution to make your fresh juice in just 30 seconds and without a blender. Yes, totally blender free. You have only to take our pack of frozen pulp cubes, add hot water and shake for 30 seconds. That's it. And you can get directly to your house or your store thanks to our innovative historical pack. Let's talk about the competition. Of course, you can buy bottled stuff, but it's not so healthy. Or you can prepare by yourself using a blender and fresh or frozen fruits, but it's not so convenient. Make It Fresco has the most natural and easy to use solution in the market. And above all, is totally natural. We don't add nothing. We entered the market in May 2019 with an online approach to test quickly the products and build a brand. In September, we closed a partnership, or distribution partnership, with Foodness, the leader in Italy in the wellness product for the cafe. And despite these tough periods, we reached more than 500 customers in 2020. And now, in the future, we want to enter retail to help retail players to provide fresh juice in their stores. You know, this period is very tough, above all for hospitality industry, but actually it brings a lot of opportunity. COVID boosted the grocery markets, and so we started from our roots. We are olive oil sommelier, and we have a strong network of more than 1,000 farmers, and we invented the Netflix of oil. Thanks to our software, we can understand your tastes and find the best olive oil for you. Then we pack in an amazing bottle, especially designed for e-commerce, and we can bring directly to your house in a monthly basis. Our goal is to combine innovation and tradition to build the leading lifestyle brand in the cooking oil industry. So, what is the team behind these amazing products? I'm Antonio, I'm the founder and CEO. I founded my first company at 16, and 3 generations of my family is in agri-food. I have 10 years experience in marketing and finance at the leading financial institutions. And I was so lucky when I met 2 years ago my co-founders, Francesco and Pier Giorgio. They are engineers with PhD and a lot of experience in innovation. Altogether, we got the trust of amazing partners like Foodness, Metro, Techstars, Plug and Play, and so on. And altogether, we are rethinking the healthy industry, where the whole supply chain is suffering. In fact, more than 60% of the produced veggies are wasted, and only 25% of people eat enough veggies every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Antonio, for the presentation. Now we'll call on stage Spoon Guru, and Spoon Guru will be presented by Seaton. Seaton, I'll leave the mic to you.
Hi, my name is Seaton John from Spoon Guru in London. And I'd like to tell you about our personalization solution for retailers across the world. We deliver high-level customer personalization through digitizing the health and well-being needs of your shoppers to increase market share and differentiation. We partner with grocers such as Tesco in the UK, Albert Heijn in the Netherlands, Jetcom in the United States, and Woolworths in Australia to execute their customer experience and personalization programs. We speak to retailers all over the world, and they are now focused on three key areas: e-commerce, personalization, and health. They want to make the shopping experience more relevant to drive more sales and at the same time promote a healthy lifestyle for their customers. And right now, supermarkets are telling us that their priorities in e-commerce, personalization, and health have been accelerated 3 years on their roadmaps of innovation due to the impact of COVID and the demand of their customers. But only 1 in 4 consumers believe that supermarkets are doing enough to support their health. They feel restricted. We can do better. If you want to focus on customers' health and well-being and on personalization to drive sales, this is something that Spoon Guru can fix. How do we work? Our solutions are powered by nutrition, diet, and health tags, which enrich your existing product catalog data. In a nutshell, Spoon Guru uses AI and machine learning to deliver healthier food and dietary personalization at scale for our partners. We digitize shoppers' health and well-being needs to increase market share and market differentiation for retailers all over the world. The unique combination of machine learning and human expertise from our scientific advisory board gives unparalleled accuracy, scale, and speed. Quite simply, we can take Ariana's request for no dairy in her diet, and Luca's request for a low sugar intake, and provide them results that match their precise requirements for their dietary needs. This can be integrated into all your systems from your website into your in-store app. What difference do we make to the typical retailer? Retailers have spent many years trying to take their tagging systems to the next level for customer personalization, but have found it challenging. This is where Spoon Guru solves this problem. The impact of enriching product data to drive personalization and health at scale significantly increases the number of products that are now visible to your shoppers, increasing sales for our retail partners. Typically, we see a 6% contribution to sales, a 2% lift in incremental sales, and a 5-time increase in conversion rates with highly personalized experiences driving sales. The customer journey is quite simple, be it on e-commerce, mobile, web, or app. I'm looking for filters that define where I can search for my food, be it allergen or nutrition targeted, and provide accurate results at speed. Stage 2 of our partnership would involve looking at more advanced solutions like a health score, nutritional score of some kind, enabling your customers to do healthy swaps in their baskets, and indeed analyzing those baskets to deliver them healthier outtakes when buying from you, which results in an average order value increasing typically by 24% when used to its maximum in your solutions. Tesco, one of our biggest clients, has seen a 10.4% increase in their sales across health, lifestyle, allergen, and dietary search revenue. To date, we have managed to, by multiple times, increase the number of products available to their customers, be it for vegan or gluten-free searches. Thank you for your time, and I'll answer any questions you may have via our partners.
Thank you very much, Seaton, for presenting Spoon Guru. You can meet all the startup in a remote session afterward. So make sure to connect there. Now I'll leave the mic to Arianna. Arianna, are you ready?
Yes, I just moved up. And it's finally time for you to vote. So for those who are connected via Zoom, you're going to see shortly a pop-up with the 14 names of the startups who have just pitched. Select the one that you like the most. But remember, you're still going to have the chance to interact with all of them after the event during our Remo session. And now, before we see the results, we're going to get into another award. And we're going to go and see the Corporate Partner Award. We have decided this year to really recognize the corporate that we think has embraced the most and changing us internally to better deliver open innovation. And this year, we would like to award the Corporate Partner Award for the first time to Tetra Pak. So please allow me to welcome on stage, on our virtual stage, Gabriele Molari, Innovation Manager at Tetra Pak.
Thank you, Arianna. I'm very glad to receive this award on behalf of Tetra Pak as a recognition of all the effort done in the last years in open innovation space with you guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, in fact, I still remember what happened a couple of years ago, even 3 years ago, when few bold, brave guys, like including me, decided to get out of the building and look for inspiration on how to make new and more impactful innovation for the company. And for sure, we decided to go to Silicon Valley, where the things happened, and talk with a lot of people. And there we met Sina, that was actually building at that time the new vertical of food and beverage for plug and play. So we decided to join that vertical, and actually it was a great idea. Even if it was not easy at all at the beginning, a little bit overwhelming, it was not easy for us to follow the rhythm and get the pace of innovation of the startups and follow the rhythm of deal flows, deep dives, focus weeks, reverse pitch, etc. was not really easy for us, but we learned a lot. We learned that this rhythm is one of the key elements to make innovation. And you need to be fast, even fail fast, of course. So with this in mind, we also decided to expand our collaboration with Plug and Play. In 2019, we joined also Plug and Play Italy, and we're very happy about that. First of all, because we met a great team, very competent, very professional. At the same time, we created a very fluent way of working, a great dialogue that make the things very easy. So congratulations, guys, on that. But of course, as you can imagine, that made also our life easier and increase the possibility for us to start from good ideas, maybe include the interaction with the startups, but then transform something theoretical in something more concrete due to the proximity, physical proximity with the hub, despite the COVID. So we're very happy with the collaboration that we established so far. And from that 2, 3, 4 guys, now we are more than 150 in the company, engaged at different level, from the definition of the needs, participation to deal flows, selection and scouting and screening of the startups, and also directly engage with the startup to transform good ideas in something more concrete, proof of concept, minimum viable products, something like that. So we're very happy about that, but this is not possible, wouldn't be possible without the great job done by me, of course, but also the great X-Spiders that are working on that. We call it X-Spiders because they are brave people again, explorers, experimenters, that they are not scared by getting out of the building and try and learn also from failure. So I need to share this award, of course, with my friends and colleagues, Paolo, Davide, Lee, Lily, Lydia, Michael, Alexander, and Raghu. The great spiders that are making this happen. And so I share this award with them, and I share this satisfaction with them. But of course, I share also the need of improving more and more and making even more concrete for the future. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the event, and I give back the microphone to you, Arianna. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Gabriele. It has been a pleasure for us to stay by your side. Our innovation programs are really startup-centric. We really aim at designing them around the needs of our startups selected by our corporate partners. Before we start, we normally sit down and have a chat with our startups to better understand how we can support them, not only really to drive meaningful and insightful conversation with our corporate partners, but also through defining workshops and selecting the right mentors. And for this reason, I would really like to thank once more those professionals who have dedicated time and passion to deliver great and valuable content to our startups. Startups of our 3 programs, as Andrea was saying at the beginning, in food and beverage, sustainability, and fintech. So a special thank you to you, Maria Hortense, Professor Gambardella, Danilo, Manuel, Kirk, Stefano, Gianmarco, Francesco, Bruno, Stefano, and Anna for your time. But additionally, we would like to thank 10 amazing mentors that have been taking part and have been holding the hands of our startups all throughout these months. I think I can really thank you on behalf also of our entrepreneurs because of all the time, insights, and very good experience that you have shared, not only to help them growing professionally, but also on the personal side. And today we would like to recognize 2 of you because your names have come up more often because of how you've been impacting the life of our startups. So a special thank you to you 2, to Silvia, CSR Director of Managers at Italia, and Mattia, founders of Cantieri Digitali. We really, really thank you for all the great insights that have been able to drive some amazing opportunities to our startups. Well, but now it's almost time for us to announce the winner. So let me show you once again the startups who have just pitched, the 14 amazing startups who have just pitched. And let's have the countdown begin. So, and the winner is Mehdi from iPick. So congratulations, we are super excited of this opportunity and you've been acing absolutely the pitch. So it's now time to move to our next announcement and I'm gonna leave the mic to you, Fiammetta. Floor is yours.
So thank you, Arianna, and congrats to the winner of the Startup Award. My name is Fiammetta and I work at Plug and Play. I take care of business development. And today I'm here to announce on behalf of the whole PMP Italian team, the opening of our 4th vertical, which is the Motor Valley Accelerator that will be located in Modena, in the heart of the land of motors, the Motor Valley indeed. Motor Valley Accelerator involves many actors that we have the pleasure to have at this digital panel. So I'm here today with Eugenio Raselli, industrial partner of Fondo Strategico Italiano. I'm here with Marco Baracchi, general manager of CRIT, with Stefano Molino, head of accelerator funds at CDP Venture Capital, and Stefano Gallo, head of territorial development and relation at UniCredit. So Motor Valley Accelerator will be focused on automotive, and it will have a double track. On one side, it will find, invest, and accelerate best-in-class Italian-based startups. On the other side, we will match-make top-notch scale-ups from all over the world with the needs of our corporate partners. So I'm lucky enough to have been able to work alongside with the 2 Stefanos, with Eugenio and Marco in the past month. And I'd like to kick off the panel with a question to Marco Baracchi, general manager of CRIT. So good afternoon, Marco. CRIT, along with Plug and Play, will be in charge of the accelerator. Would you like to share with us in which areas you're looking to focus and what will CRIT expertise be?
Yes, thank you, Fiammetta. And thank you for the invitation to your Winter Summit.
In our Motor Valley Accelerator, we will focus on the areas that represent the key technological trends in automotive and mobility sector. In particular, we will look for startups in 5 areas. The first one is vehicle electrification, such as battery technologies and charging infrastructure. The second one is connectivity and digitalization, meaning sensor technology, digital twins, 5G, cybersecurity, blockchain, and so on. The third area is autonomous and human-centered mobility, considering safety, but also augmented reality, like head-up display, and also interior design for driverless vehicles. The fourth area is sustainability, hydrogen, fuel cells, biofuels, but also materials lightweighting and critical materials abatement, like cobalt and nickel-free batteries. And the last one is new business models, like mobility as a service, multimodal traveling, and also pay-as-you-drive, for instance, and so on. And regarding CRIT, our experience consists in 20 years of technology scouting for important companies, both of the automotive sector, like Ferrari and Pirelli, and of other manufacturing sectors, like Tetra Pak, that is here today, but also Sacmi, Alstom, CNH Industrial, Ferrer. We are experts in technologies, and we will translate the needs of the corporates that will be sponsors and partners of the program in a language understandable for startups. Then we will evaluate the proposal of the startups from a technical point of view, and we will help them in realizing products suitable for the mobility industrial sector.
Thank you, Marco. That was really insightful, and we are really looking forward to work on these areas together. So I'll move on to Eugenio, representing Fondo Strategico Italiano today on behalf of Fondazione di Modena as well. Eugenio, your experience and connection as former manager and C-level of automotive brands is surely an asset for our program. Could you give us your view on what really makes the Motor Valley Accelerator unique, and how do you think local players would take advantage from the program?
So I think that the Motor Valley is really a special place in the heart of Emilia-Romagna. And we have many leading companies in many different sectors. So here we have a unique opportunity to make companies and startups work together in a very intimate way. So in the Valley, we have great like, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Pagani, but we have motor like Ducati, we have specialty company like Dallara, and then we are leading also in other sector like windmills or electric forklift. So this is a unique opportunity to close between the startup and the companies. Clearly, we are talking of 2 different types of startups. So we have the early stage, mostly Italian, but not only. We are more than happy to, receive startups coming from different places in the world. And we will have, in this case, proof of concept with an advisory board where the main sponsors are represented. And so the startup can have a really, quick and immediate feeling about their concept and ideas. And then we have a second session with a scale-up startup, where the best will come from all over the world. And here the possibility is going to be to have, a serious program starting to test the technology and maybe adopt the technology for production. So we are very happy about this special opportunity. We will work with all the different accelerator labs, universities, in Italy, but this can be, a kind of the quickest, the fastest, place where to develop new solution.
That's great. Thank you, Eugenio. That was insightful, and thank you also for giving a high view of the program. Now, Stefano, I'll move to you. Which of the two? Stefano Molino. So Stefano is the head of accelerator funds at CDP Venture Capital. So Stefano, this accelerator is the first of many more vertical accelerators that you're launching across Italy with the role of investor. Would you like to give more color on CDP's role in the Motor Valley Accelerator?
So thank you, Fiammetta, for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here to present CDP Accelerator Fund, and particularly our activity and the goal that we have in supporting this specific acceleration program. So as you said, our goal is to create a network of vertical acceleration program in the country, and each of them need to be very focused on specific strategic area and industry that are very relevant for Italy. And we think that Motor Valley Accelerator is a perfect example of all the ingredients and elements that we think are very relevant to create a recipe for success. So we have a very professional players like Plug and Play and Create that are really supporting and willing to support the startup alongside their process of growing during the acceleration phase. We want to engage with very, very relevant corporates in the Motor Valley area that, of course, can create very concrete opportunity for the startup to develop their technology, to develop their product, and so to have a real business case to work on. And we are in a perfect location, which is very relevant for not only for the Italian ecosystem, but also potentially for other startups that are coming from other countries that are willing to establish and to come to Italy to grow and to develop their technology. And finally, our role, which we think it's important because at the end of the day, for the startups, it's very important to have mentorship, it's very important to have coaching, it's very important to have support. It's very important to have real business opportunity, but it's also very important to have funding. So our role will be, of course, to finance and to invest in all the startups that are selected to enter in the acceleration program, but also we are committing more money to continue to support those startups along the way. So the opportunity for the startup is to join the acceleration, but to have also more money to consolidate their growth, to consolidate their KPI, to be ready to increase with other investors the possibility to grow. And that's exactly the goal that we have with that specific fund. And we are very happy to start with this acceleration program.
Thank you very much, Stefano. Last but surely not least, Stefano Gallo, Head of Territorial Development and Relations at UniCredit. So Stefano, can I say you're an early bird for Plug and Play Italy? Because you've been our founding anchor partner as UniCredit for almost 2 years in the FinTech program. And now we are excited to be collaborating together in the Modena program. Would you tell us what's UniCredit's mission in the territories and what is the reason why you decided to support the accelerator?
Okay, thanks, Fiammetta. Thanks, first of all, many thanks for the invitation. I am really happy to be here, to be part of this summit. And regarding the question, let me start with a brief introduction, emphasizing the peculiarity of the Italian capitalism, the Italian model, that it is mainly based on small and medium enterprise. I think it's a crucial starting point because unlike to other models, including European one, reason to be made of SMEs, the Italian model has in the territory its fundamental identity. And so I think it's important to start from this point. We have a lot of so many we can call feeding ecosystem. However, these different economic system, and so it's important to understand that you have to be part of this ecosystem, to be part of this territory, also as a bank. And for UniCredit, despite being a pan-European bank, we think it's really necessary to live within our territories, to live inside this ecosystem with a dual objective to support the ecosystem to grow, but also obviously to benefit from this development as a bank that grows together with its territories in a sustainable way. This is the starting point. I think it's important to keep the decision in this context. Then obviously we have other fundamental aspect that I think it's important to remember. First of all, our bank has its roots in the so-called Motor Valley territory. And so for us, this territory is really important. The Fondazione Modena is a strategic partner for us, and the role of Fondazione Modena is important in this project. Second, the automotive sector and its induced activity is a strategic sector for Italy, not only for Italy, also for Germany, for Europe, for Italy in particular. And we think that it is important to support it, especially when you have a project like this one that invest in innovation and guarantee a future to the sector. And then we believe that it is crucial to support our customer in innovation. We understood that this is the right case, this is the right moment, and we can do a good job thanks to our international presence, thanks to the investments that we have made so far in innovation. For example, I would like to quote the UniCredit Start Lab, but it is a very important project for us, for startups, and also thanks to the relationship that the world with important institutions like Plug and Play. We are both present in Germany. In Germany, Plug and Play, you know better than me, has launched an important automotive project. And so the idea to put together these two projects, I think it's a good idea, no? To achieve important synergy between Italy and Germany. And last but not least, Stefano Molino spoke before me. I think this project is a part of a larger program, but it is very important for Italy. The Italian government, through CDP, is carrying out this important project to support innovative startups, and we want to be part of this project. We want to be active partner of this project. I think it is the first step, and we are ready to consider developing soon the next one.
Thank you, Stefano. We're really looking forward for further collaboration together. So I thank everyone in this panel. Thank you for taking the time to share your experience and your values to the Motor Valley Accelerator. I'll pass the mic to Andrea for the closing remarks of the Food and Beverage Expo. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks a lot, Fiammetta, for handing over the mic. And thanks, of course, to everyone that has spoken so far. So very excited about the Motor Valley Accelerator that Fiammetta and our guests were talking about. If you remember, when we launched in Italy in April 2019, one of the speakers that day was Sasha Karimpur, that is head of our startup Autobahn program in Stuttgart, which are proud to say is one of the best programs, maybe the best one in the automotive sector in Europe and worldwide. And so that's a very important vertical for us, mobility, and we're very, very happy to bring it to Italy as well, to an area as important as the Motor Valley one, and of course with such distinguished stakeholders and partners. So of course UniCredit, as Stefano was mentioning, has been partner with Plug and Play for a couple of years since the beginning, and it's good to see that we're expanding the collaboration beyond the fintech vertical in Frankfurt and what we've been doing in Milan. GDP, of course, is investing a lot to kickstart the Italian ecosystem and make sure we close the gap with other European countries. So very happy to be a partners with them. It's very strategic, and thanks to this initiative and their support, we'll be able to invest directly more in Italian startups, as we were saying also at the beginning. And of course, a big thanks to the local players. So CREAT, that is going to be our partner, the Foundation of Modena, and the engineer Eugenio Razzelli, that with their leadership and vision helped to put together this very important initiative for the Italian ecosystem. So very excited about that. As well, I'd like to thank all of the startups that have pitched, our corporate partners, the mentors, and everyone that contributed to this full batch for food. we're very happy that innovation didn't stop despite these difficulties. And of course, we are looking forward to seeing you hopefully in person at the next summit. So thanks again for joining in. For those interested in the sustainability session, that it's quite wide ranging and applying also to players from the food and beverage industry and beyond. So highly suggested, you can just dial back in at 4:30. Same link here on Zoom. So looking forward to seeing you and welcoming you back. Before that, of course, we're going to have a very fun session where you get the chance to talk to the startups directly and ask questions and interact, and also hear about the incredible stories of these founders. And that's going to happen through Remo, as we told you at the beginning. So with that being said, I hand the mic to Gianluca, that is going to give you a short tutorial on how Remo works. Thank you.
We are switching from Zoom to Remo. The Remo platform is very easy to use. Just paste the link that you find in the chat box or you find in a confirmation email, just paste it in your favorite browser and go to this landing page. Here you just have to click sign in to join the event. Here you just have to input your email and a password in order to log into the event. There you go. Once you've done with registering, it should be super easy. You just allow your camera and microphone in order to create meaningful connection to the other people. Click here, join event. Once you've done that, you will be taken into this virtual room with all the tables. And as you can see in the bottom side, you will see your control for the camera and for the mic. Just make sure the camera is on and the mic is on in order to be seen by the other people. On the left side, you see the plug and play table. This is the help desk. If you have any question, please go there. I will be there to answer to your question and clarification. And again, here there are all the tables. There is one table for each startup that I've been pitching today. If you want to go to your table, first of all, find yourself. On the top right corner, you see what you looks like. So you just find it. In this case, I'm here. Just click on yourself. You can edit the name, the role, and the company. And once you've done that, you can actually start conversating. So if you want to go to this table because there is this person in the table, just double click on it. Once you have moved your table, you see here the person who are actually at that table. You cannot see the other people at the other table, you just see your table. In this case, it's just myself and I, so I will leave this interesting conversation to later. Let's go back to the first table. So again, here are all the tables. You can move double clicking on it, and you can talk to the person that you find on the table. On the bottom corner, you see your camera, your mic. There is also a chat function. You can chat with everyone. You can chat with your table, and you can also private chat with the person connected to the room. That's it. Thank you very much, and have a good networking session.